This is the story of two best friends who decided to start a beer review channel in the middle of a pandemic. We're Kara and Candy, and we are Two Blondes Drink Beer.
Hi friends, welcome back to Two Blondes Drink Beer. I'm Kara and this is Candy.
Hi.
And we're continuing the annual Dry January series. So today we're going to be drinking a BJCP category 23. That's it.
23.
We learned. Which is the catch-all category for like everything that the other beers don't fall into, and for all these non-alcoholic beers. So this is a near beer. Today we're going to be drinking The Ocean Under the Moon by Athletic Brewing Company.
That's fun.
Yeah, and this is part of their pilot program. So you can only get this online right now. And that's the great thing about NA beer is that you can just order it online and ship it to your house.
Ship it to the house.
So I have a 6-pack. Hope it's good because these are the first two.
Hope so. It says it has an ABV of 0.5%.
Yes.
So there is a teeny tiny amount of alcohol.
Teeny tiny.
But there might be more in like NyQuil.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Like I think it's fine.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's just like you can't. Yeah. It's hard to remove it. 100%.
I like their can.
Yeah, so, and I'm not sure if this is just how all of the pilot program beers are, or if this is specific to this one, but it's just silver, and it's got, like, I don't know, a little
navy
bit
blue. It's kind of pretty.
design in the
Classic.
back of it. Yeah, so, all right, so, this is supposed to basically be an imitation Imperial Stout. So
I'm all for this.
Yeah. So they aged it on French vanilla oak chips or something.
Awesome.
So it's supposed to have like some woody characteristics and like more richness to it, I would say.
That's good, because that's my only complaint with the other NA beers that we had tried is that they did taste a little watered down to me.
Yeah, so last year we did Athletic Brewing's All Out Extra Dark Stout. I think it's called. And that was actually one of our favorites, if I remember correctly.
It was my favorite that we tried.
All of them that we tried.
Yeah. So much so that I bought more when we were done in January. Yeah.
So I'm excited to try this one, but let's start with
Aroma. Ooh.
It does kind of smell chocolatey.
It does. Kind of toasted nutty.
Yeah. A little toasted chocolatey.
A little bitter. Little coffee-like.
Okay.
It's got a good aroma. I'm going to give that a 12 out of 12. I
like
like
it.
it.
10 out of 12. It's good.
Yeah.
Okay. It is dark.
I mean, I like that appearance.
Yes.
It's opaque.
And
it's dark.
Did have a fun head.
Nice little head.
3 out of 3.
3 out of 3. Promising so far.
Okay, moment of truth.
Right. Okay.
All right. I wouldn't go Imperial.
No.
But it
tastes like a stout.
Tastes like a stout. It tastes like a, low ABV stout.
Low ABV stout, which isn't our favorite. But, yeah. I mean, if you're not going to drink,
if you're not drinking, this might, do it.
If you're really craving a beer, I feel like this would fill that need.
You get your fix.
Yeah, yeah. It's got a real bitter aftertaste.
Yeah, it definitely has, that.
Kind of like a dry stout.
Yes. Yeah, it reminds me of that. Yeah, it kind of does. Almost like a Guinness, honestly.
It's an Irish stout.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
you could do this, side by side with a Guinness, and I wonder...
Well, and we did a Guinness NA beer last year. I don't remember what it tasted like, but we did.
Heineken.
You're right. We did Heineken.
We did the Heineken.
I don't know if Guinness even makes
0.0. I don't know if they do or not.
Yeah.
All right, we'll have to look that up.
So near beer is different than NA beer, non-alcoholic beer.
I believe so. So I think that non-alcoholic beer is, well, actually, I don't know. Is it brewed completely differently? So I'm not sure, because I think if it's completely NA, I'm thinking that it is created differently where there could be no alcohol in it whatsoever. Whereas near beer, I think, is created just like regular beer, and then they just remove the alcohol at the end, but it's really hard to get
all of it.
100% out
This
of it. Is that
says
right?
near beer contains less than 0.5% alcohol by volume.
Okay.
So it must be, whatever traces
That must
of
be
alcohol you
the
have.
limit.
If you have none, or I think it wasn't it up to like 0.2 was non-alcoholic beer. It was still allowed to have like
I can't remember.
it's teeny tiny. I think
tiny
we
baby
did do
amount.
the zero. We tried a 0.0.
That's the Heineken.
Yeah, but I remember thinking when I was reading about them last year, I'll put something down there. I think you can have like 0.1 or 0.2%, but apparently near beer you can have up to 0.5.
5. Okay.
So there you go.
You don't taste it.
No.
I mean, I think the intention is that you would kind of, right, with an NA beer, but it doesn't taste like it has alcohol, which I think is why I wouldn't consider this an imitation imperial stout. Because with an imperial, you get that
warming, that alcohol.
It's alcohol.
It's a taste and feeling that nothing but alcohol can give you.
Apparently. Yeah.
So yeah.
I don't think this quite competes with that, but this would make a solid stout.
Yeah.
Stand up.
I like this just as much as the all out stout or all out extra dark or whatever.
Yeah, it reminds me just of that.
Yeah.
I'd have to try them side by side to really see the
from
difference.
my memory, it tastes really similar.
Yeah.
Which was our favorite last year.
Yeah.
I mean, it tastes good.
Yeah, I mean, for a near beer.
If you're craving the taste and not the feeling.
Yes. 18 out of 20.
18 out of 20 I agree with. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it's
fine.
got good flavor.
Yeah.
I don't get the vanilla, really.
Not at all. And I don't get any kind of oaky kind of...
Maybe barely. Maybe that's like the aftertaste part, if I really think about it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I get that, like, if I really think about it on the
Really
exhale.
think about it.
But more chocolatey than vanilla.
I have a hard time with NA beers and mouthfeel because I feel like that's really where there's
The
a big
letdown
difference.
is.
So this
Yes.
is light in body, I would say,
Mm-hmm.
and very carbonated,
Yes.
and
Which maybe also makes it seem a little less imperial, because the imperial ones
are
just
heavy in body. And it doesn't have
This is like the light.
like this beer has no balls. You know what I mean? Like
You mean it doesn't have a vagina?
a vagina doesn't have ovaries, lady balls.
It doesn't have ovaries. I'm trying to get away from the
I
thing.
know. I agree. Balls are very delicate. I don't know why people say that. They really are. I mean, they shrivel up into men's bodies if there's like a 10-degree temperature change. I mean, it's like the most delicate things ever.
Versus ovaries that are just...
I know. And the famous words of Betty White can really take a pounding.
She said that?
I love her.
Oh my
May
God.
she rest in peace.
Yes.
Yeah,
Betty.
so it's too light for the mouthfeel for me.
Yeah.
It is a little bit astringent too, kind of drying on the end. That's kind of
Dry.
like Irish stout drying kind of flavor, which I don't mind.
Yeah.
So yeah, but the body, like you can just, actually it looks heavier in the glass than what it tastes.
For sure.
I could go light to medium maybe. I could give it that. It's not like a light beer, but yeah.
I guess
So I'd
yeah.
say like 3 out of 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys may have noticed, hopefully our sound is better.
What?
We got new mics. Very excited about it. And you know we had to go pink, because
Because that's
why
how
not?
we roll.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see if this sounds better.
Yeah, let us know. Leave
Yeah.
a comment if you think this sounds good.
And then also, because it's the beginning of January, let us know if you have any particular NA beers you really wanted to know if they tasted good. We
Or
love
any other
suggestions.
alcohols. We have wine we ordered.
Yeah,
and
wine we're gonna do, and then there's like a sparkling cocktail in a can we're gonna do.
So if you have requests, like, because some
Let
of
us
them are
know.
kind of expensive, I've noticed. So
Yeah.
if there's something you've been trying to think you're like, is it worth it?
Yeah,
Should I buy
want
the
somebody to try it.
whole 6-pack or not? Like, let us know. We'll take one for you. We'll take
Yes.
one for the team.
Yeah. So let us know if there's some out there we need to. Those are way easier for us to get in Missouri than alcohol, because Missouri liquor laws are weird. I mean, we're almost Utah.
Not really. You can get it at the grocery store.
No, but they're just ridiculous about it.
Oh my gosh, when we were driving through Kansas on the way to see my daughter one time, or no, she was with us. We were taking her out. We were going to a trip to visit, a college visit. And we stopped somewhere in Kansas. And before we were headed into the hotel for the night, my husband and I went across the street to try to grab a beverage to have. And it was Sunday, I guess, because they wouldn't sell us any.
Couldn't do it.
It was God's day.
God's day. You can't drink on God's day, guys. Although God did. He turned water into wine. That was Jesus. Never mind. Don't trust me on anything having to do with the Bible. We're on overall drinking pleasure. Don't spit out your NA beer.
Took a turn.
Okay, let's get off religion.
All right.
I mean, are we comparing it against other NA beers? Or are we comparing it against an honest to God
I think
Imperial
that's
Stout?
a fair question.
Because I have two vastly different
Yes,
scores.
I think we should do against other NA beers
beers.
because otherwise it's just not fair.
It's not fair because, I mean, if we're comparing this to Bourbon County Brand Stout, then it's a 0. Sorry, February 1st. I'm grabbing my next bottle.
Yeah. So.
But in terms of NA beers or near beers,
yeah, I'm gonna do 6 out of 10.
I was gonna do 7. So
Okay.
yeah, 6 seems a little low.
It does.
I don't know.
Okay. So, yeah, 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
7 out of 10.
So
So.
7 out of 10 for me. Nope. All right. 43 out of 50 for me.
And 41 out of 50 for me. For all...
Athletic.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't
Why
it?
was I going to say all out? Because it's like...
And
Okay.
take 3. 43 out of 50 for me.
And 41 out of 50 for me. For Athletic Brewing Company's The Ocean Under the Moon.
Cheers! Yeah, look at my eyes.
Ah! So weird! Creepy! You're like that Megan doll. But yeah, it's like I don't know where the name comes from, but they are lyrics from the Santana song.
Oh.
That Smooth song. Maybe because this was supposed to be smooth. I didn't read that. I just made that up. But yeah.
Oh, I do know that song.
I don't know what the next words are, but yeah.
Not bad.
Okay.
I mean, we could shotgun that and drink another.
Yeah. Turns out you can just...
We're not burping as much. I wonder if alcohol makes us burp more.
That's true. I
Because it's real
really
carbonated.
haven't burped at all.
I don't even feel the need.
I don't remember how many calories this has.
I can't have that many.
The other
right?
one that I have from them, I think has 90. So
Oh, well, might as well have an actual beer. They should have like 10 if we're going through all this sacrifice.
I do feel like they should be lower.
Plus, yeah.
25 or
Yeah.
something. Because
Because where are any calories coming from? I mean, I guess you
No.
still have like
it's the
yeast and whatnot.
the
but
yeast and the hops.
I think hot
There's a
water's
burp.
like 0, isn't it?
This is true. Must be yeast.
I don't know.
It's just hops, yeast,
It
and
doesn't seem
water,
fair.
right? Where yeast has a lot of
Sacrificing.
calories.
We shouldn't have to deal with calories.
That's a little weird.
Yeah. All right.
All right,
Okay.
there you go.
Good times.
There it is.
All right. There it is. And this economy, still my favorite.
Just gonna keep going with this.